gonna try to do all this in one take. Here we go. Hey, what's up everyone? This is Izini, and today you guys are watching my video on my love for anime and manga. And how did it start? So, my love for anime and manga. How did it start? So, this is a video of me basically telling how I got into anime, what was my earliest memory of it, and how I became a fan of it today. So, that's all what this video is basically about. I probably won't get into detail about everything, but I do want to talk about the main highlights that I've been wanting to speak on camera. So yeah, so without wasting too much time, let's get right into it. So my earliest memory of anime was with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. They were one of the first two anime I remember. One of the first two anime I remember seeing, and I can't really say which one I've seen first. It was either between Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon as my first anime, but I can't really pinpoint which one I've seen first, because I think I got into both of them at the same time. But yeah, and I believe they were both were on Cartoon Network. And during that time, I was mainly into watching shows like Ed, Edd n Eddy, Johnny Bravo, anything that was on Cartoon Network. I didn't really watch much of Toonami around that time. The only show I did watch on Toonami was maybe Naruto, at least in terms of anime, and also with Adult Swim it was Bleach. But I this is gonna sound pretty embarrassing, but I was scared to watch Naruto and Bleach, mainly because it had, you know, blood and gore and you know, all this stuff that some 6 and 7-year-old kids couldn't handle watching yet. So that was out of the question for me at the time. It's funny because most of the anime I got into later on was way more graphic than those two. So the main anime I remember watching around that time was just mostly monster fighting shows, such as Beyblade, Bakugan, and I believe that was it. So yeah, that was kind of like basically my early exposure to anime. Also, my early exposure to anime was with some of the cartoons with the art style, such as Teen Titans, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Totally Spies. So fast forward to, I want to say like 3rd grade, I randomly saw this commercial of Dragon Ball Z Kai, but I didn't really knew what it was yet. I didn't know the first thing about Dragon Ball. I did mention early in this video that I didn't have much experience with Toonami, or at least like early Toonami. But so yeah, so me watching this anime was kind of like gave me somewhat of an idea of what people experience with watching Dragon Ball Z when it first premiered on Toonami. So I just thought that was cool. So Dragon Ball Z Kai, for those who don't know, for those who didn't really watch it like I did when it first premiered, it was on Nicktoons. And also around the same time, Naruto Shippuden was on Disney XD. So I remember watching that for a bit before it got canceled. So with Dragon Ball Z Kai, my first experience with anime was, I just thought it was cool. Like I liked the story, and you know, it was dramatic at times, you know, like any other anime that you've probably seen before. I mean, at least in terms of shonen. But it was kind of like, this might sound kind of crazy to some of you. I wouldn't say it sounds crazy, but I think Dragon Ball Z was, or Dragon Ball Z Kai was the anime that really made me get into anime. And keep this in mind, this was around the early 2010s. So this was around the time that I didn't really know much about anime yet, or let alone where it was from. So when Nicktoons Nickelodeon decided to air Dragon Ball Z Kai on there, and looking back, at least in retrospect, it was kind of weird, but at the same time, like, I was grateful that I was exposed to that kind of era of anime, at least at the time, because like, but like, all I'm just saying is, like, if it wasn't for me watching Dragon Ball Z Kai, I wouldn't be into anime nearly that much like I am now. So that's all I'm trying to say. Sorry, it's really taking me a while to explain everything, I know. But yeah, so during around that time, I was pretty hooked into Dragon Ball Z Kai. And also around that same time, I believe they did a marathon of the Frieza saga. I remember spending a decent amount of hours watching that whole marathon that they did. And I think it got postponed a bit, like in the middle of that tsunami that happened in Japan. Like years ago, like almost like 10 years ago to be more specific. But yeah, so I was really enjoying the show, and just looking back on it, like from like, you know, Goku going the Snake Way, and, you know, fighting, you know, like Vegeta, to like fighting, you know, Frieza, to like the Cell Saga and all that. Like, even though I didn't really experience Toonami when Dragon Ball Z Kai, or I mean, okay, now I'm mixing them up. Even though I didn't experience Dragon Ball Z when it was on Toonami, I just felt blessed, like, you know, just to finally have some exposure to Dragon Ball Z in some fashion or some shape or form. And you know, I just thought it was cool that Nicktoons decided to do that, because obviously around this time Toonami wasn't back yet, or at least back on Adult Swim, but I'll get more into that later, or a bit more into that shortly, not later. But so yeah, like doing around that time, they were also airing all the Dragon Ball Z movies, and they were uncut. The ones that they aired was Fusion Reborn. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think this top of my head. So it was Fusion Reborn, it was the two Broly movies, Wrath of the Dragon, Lord Slug, and one of my favorites, and I'm pretty sure this is everyone's favorite too, is The History of Trunks. And I thought that movie slapped. Like I think it's one of the best Dragon Ball Z movies that they aired, you know, in that marathon that Nicktoons was doing. And I saw GT, and I thought GT was alright, I guess. I mean, I don't know, but I haven't seen the original Dragon Ball yet. I'm still working on that. Like, I've seen a few bits and pieces of it on YouTube, like in terms of like the fighting scenes and stuff like that, but I haven't really gotten into it yet. That's something I'm still working on. So also during this time, I want to say this is probably like 2012 at this point, but I remember picking up this Shonen Jump magazine from my school. Like, you know how you go to school, right, and they have book fairs and stuff like that, so you want to be stacked up with cash of the books you want to buy or read and all that stuff, right? So I decided to buy a Shonen Jump magazine, which I still have. And matter of fact, I'll show you to it right now, but I will warn you, it's really messed up. So a little disclaimer. Alright, so here it is. I know, like, it's really, really bad. Like, but yeah, this is how I first knew about the word anime. Because before that, I didn't really know much about the word anime, or I didn't know the first thing about the word anime until I had this. Like I know, I'll put this up because I know you guys are cringing just by how badly damaged that manga is, or how damaged that book is. Anyway, come on, eyes focus, bro. So that's how I first knew about the word anime and also manga. So the first series that I read on there was I believe it was Bleach, and I thought that was cool. And I also read Yu Yu Hakusho for the first time, and this is how I first knew about Yu Yu Hakusho. And not only that, but during this time I've also seen like these random old recordings that was posted on YouTube of like really old promos of Toonami, like during like the earlier years of Toonami. They was showing like there was like these accounts that were showing promos of like anime that I haven't really seen yet or really didn't know of. It was like Tenchi Muyo, Outlaw Star, and Yu Yu Hakusho. And the promo for Yu Yu Hakusho, I really liked how the way it was done. And I just thought it looked really badass. And it was even enough to convince me to even watch the anime. So I randomly went on this website called Anime Freak and watched it on there the first time. I remember watching like the first 3 episodes. Actually, it wasn't Anime Freak, it was actually YouTube. I saw the first episode on YouTube, but for some reason I didn't really watch it. So like I watched the first few episodes of Anime Freak and I just went on from there. And I really enjoyed the anime, even though it did add a lot of episodes. I think it had like 112 episodes, I believe. And I think it took me like a year or maybe less to finish the whole entire series entirely. But I really loved the anime. Like everything about the anime to me was just almost perfect. Like it's probably one of my favorite anime of all time. Like probably like maybe top 20-ish. But yeah, so yeah, I really loved Yu Yu Hakusho, and I just started discovering other anime later on. I would later on discover Kogias. I think that was one of the few anime I discovered completely on my own, if I remember correctly. And also Death Note. And just basically stuff that I missed out on Toonami or Adult Swim. And a little bit of stuff that wasn't on neither of those blocks. Alright, so while I'm still talking about anime, I might as well talk a bit about manga since I haven't really gotten into that yet. I haven't really read that much manga. Like there's only a handful of series that I finished, but there's a decent amount of them I'm still planning on reading. And the stuff that I'm currently reading right now, or middle of reading right now, I'm really liking a lot. And what I like about manga is like, I like looking at the art style, or you know, the drawings. Basically the same thing with anime, but just with still pictures. So yeah, like I think manga is really cool, and you should definitely give it a shot too if you're really into anime. That's all I really have to say about manga. I'm sorry guys, but I do want to get more into it. So if you guys got any more recommendations, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to check them out. So back to anime. So around this time, there's no question I became a full-fledged anime fan. So when I first realized this is because all the stuff that I was watching on Toonami Adult Swim, and also the stuff that I was planning to get into. And also, alright, so with Toonami, I might as well explain. So I didn't really grow up with Toonami, but the shows that Adult Swim put me on to was stuff like Black Lagoon and Hell's End. I didn't see these 2 anime on Toonami, but I did aware that they were on the block, but around that time I didn't really feel like staying up. So yeah, I missed out on those 2 while they were airing on it. Another anime that they put me on to was, these are more like movies. So yeah, they put me onto like the first 2 Rebuild of Evangelion. These was kind of like my first exposure to Eva, because I haven't really seen the original anime. I know it was on Adult Swim, but like it aired like for God knows how late, and obviously my mom wasn't gonna let me stay up watching it that late. So I first knew about it from the first two movies, and I enjoyed those two a lot. And I've seen Summer Wars, I've seen Akira. I really love Akira, by the way. That's a really dope anime movie. I really hope to read the manga of that one day. I just recently watched that with my sister and my cousin not too long ago. It's a really great animated movie if you guys haven't seen it yet. Also some other shows too, like Blue Exorcist, Mikacho and Hachin. Let me see. What else is here? I'm trying to think. SEO? But I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that. So yeah, but yeah, I don't hate the anime, but I don't love it either. Let's also move on from that. Alright, so I know my experience with anime and manga has been positive, but there's a few things I want to get clean. So yeah, I won't get into too much about this because like I said, I don't want this video to be any longer than it probably already is. So I'm just gonna make it quick. So during my high school years, I became a full-fledged anime fan. And okay, like before I get more into this, when you get into a new hobby or just anything in general, right? The best way I could probably say something about this is there's always a pro and a con. And around this time, as me being an anime fan, there were some cons. A lot of them. So during my high school year, I was talking about anime, and you guys will be sitting here like, okay, like you're talking about anime, like you know a few people who's also into that too. There's nothing wrong with that. You're just talking about anime, right? But the issue was, that's all that I was literally into and was talking about. So it led to a lot of cringy situations, and this is something I really don't like looking back on too much or at all. But I feel like this is an important lesson to any young anime fans who are just now getting into anime, who happen to be watching this video, and just share a bit of wisdom, I guess. I don't know where I'm going with this, but anyway, I made it this far in the video, so I might as well get into it. So I guess the first story, I'll only be sharing one of these, by the way. Like there are so many stories that went on as me being an anime fan in my high school years. So I'm just gonna get into one particularly, like the first big arc, as you all would call it. So this one was a doozy. I wouldn't say much of a doozy, but my parents was involved. Although not that many. But yeah, alright, I'm stalling. Let me stop stalling and just tell you guys what I need to tell you already, so I can finally get done with this video. Alright, so in my high school year, as I stated, I was kind of a cringy anime fan. I wouldn't say I was cringe, but like, so during my high school years, I was a pretty cringe anime fan. This one incident was evolved around me showing my watch list to a really good friend of mine. Me and her still really good friends. We still have contact. We still talk to each other every now and then. So it's all love, right? So her name was Ananda, and I hope she don't mind me using her name in this video if she watching this. If you're watching this, Ananda, I hope you don't mind what I'm about to tell the audience here. So this is when I first met Ananda. So how did I met Ananda? Well, I forgot about that part. But anyway, so I remember doing lunch. For whatever reason, I was sharing her, you know, all these anime that I added on my watch list on my Crunchyroll account. For some reason, I don't know why, but I was just showing her a bunch of shows that I added that I never got into, by the way. So she clicked on this one anime. It was like this female wrestling anime. Like, I looked it up not too long ago, and for some reason I can't remember the name. Hold on, guys. Alright, so I looked it up. It was Wannabe the Strongest in the World. So this was the anime that was in my watch list on my Crunchyroll account. So this was the first anime that she clicked on. And so the first thing that she saw, or what we saw in the first episode of the anime, it was showing her. So it was showing the main characters. It was showing her. I don't even know how I can say this word. Like, alright, you guys gonna have to know what I mean by this, because you know, I want this video to be monetized as soon as I upload it. So I'm not sharing any screenshots either, but it was showing her front area, like her underneath area in the first part of the anime. Yeah. And this also didn't help the fact that she was making all these cultured noises. And also didn't, and it sure as hell also didn't help the fact that I didn't have any headphones in. So yeah, big ice right there, I know. So obviously, if you guys hear that I did not have my headphones in, everyone heard it, right? So they assumed that I was watching hentai, and I wasn't. Like, the anime was ecchi, even though that is close to hentai, but not really. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that either. But like, all right, so during this time, like, it was getting, like, this is really hard for me to talk about, man. Anyway, like, so after this whole situation went down, like a small group of people knew about it. I was being made fun of, people assuming I was watching porn. So one of my other friends, named Liddell, I hope he doesn't mind if I put his name in this video. Liddell, if you're watching this, hope you don't mind. So yeah, me and him had a beef. So how did this beef start? Well, it started because of this. I really hope he doesn't mind if I bring this up again in this video. But like I'm just bringing it up between what me and you happened, you know, in a historical point of view. So like if you watch this, man, I'm sorry, I won't bring this up again, I promise. So he made a video about me watching his anime, right? And he recorded him, like, I don't know what kind of video it was. It's been deleted, but he posted it on Facebook. So he was talking about saying that my friend was a freak, and he say that I don't even know if I can say this word on camera. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. So in the video, right off the jump, he said that I to anime. And so after he said all that, I was pretty pissed. And not only that, but he was taking shots at my weight and how I look, and you know, stuff like that. And he's saying I was skinny. I barely had any meat in my bones. I mean, like, look, I'm not gonna front. I'm a skinny guy. I know that. I'm still working on gaining some weight. Oh, okay, I'm lying. Okay, I'm lying about that part. I'm lying, okay? But I'm still him though. I still am. But after he posted that video, thankfully no one didn't know much about it yet. So I did something that would not fly today. Okay, that was specific. I 6'9" him, okay? I just cautiously 6'9" him. What I mean by I did the 6'9", I mean I ratted him out. I told one of the I think one of the advisors in our school about this situation, because I figured that was the only way that he can delete the video. Like, I convinced him to delete it after he uploaded it, but he said he didn't know how to delete it. And I just assumed that he was lying. And so yeah, like, my mom knew about it. I was trying to keep it to myself, but I have a pretty bad habit of, you know, keeping my cool, if that makes sense. So I told her what happened, and me and her got into it as well, because she said I shouldn't, I don't remember what she said, but she said I shouldn't have gotten into telling people about anime or stuff like that, knowing how weird or questionable it was. And I mean, she's right, you know. I'm not gonna say my mom's wrong, like moms are right. I mean, not every anime I watch is questionable, by the way. So it was just that one that just happened to be that way. But yeah, so me and him got the whole situation sorted out. So me and him squashed it, and so yeah, that's the short story of it. Like this whole thing can literally be his own video, and there are so many cringy stories about my high school days of being an anime fan. I like, if you guys are kind of interested in knowing more about that, let me know. I hope you guys don't. I know I say I wasn't really gonna, you know, talk about another story. I was just gonna talk about that one, but I'm not really doing much, so I might as well tell you guys this one too. So my good friend Jacob, so me and him knew each other when we first started high school. He's a really good friend of mine, and like with the other two, I hope he doesn't mind if I talk about this. He's probably still really pissed off about this. I don't know how he's gonna handle this if you see it in the video, but like, hey man, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry, man. I'm really sorry what happened. I really am. Like look, man, the blame is on me, bro. I should have known better. All right. All right. But this is a really funny one. So yeah, so it was cold as hell outside. I was in gym. I think it was like one of the first subject, or one of the first classes I took in my freshman year. So I was running on the track field to get some sticks so I can get my grade and move on, right? So he randomly ran up to me and saying like, hey man, you run fast, dude, you got really long legs, or something like that. I don't remember the whole conversation. Like, all I remember was we was just talking about our hobbies and interests. So of course, knowing me, right, I brought up anime as my interest. What happened was, alright, first of all, like I don't want to leave anything important out, because I have a bad habit of leaving stuff important out. So he didn't know the first thing about anime, right? So I told him a little bit about it. So he asked me, what is anime? I told him, like, they're basically cartoons from Japan. And I was like, cool. And like I really shouldn't have known better when I told him this. I've seen how weird anime is. I didn't know what I was thinking. It was my fault. I feel like I blame Google too. So as I was saying, I was telling him a little bit about anime. He say, oh, you, so I don't know, I think it was me or him that came up with the idea of looking it up. So he did, and he got grounded. How did he got grounded? well, let's say he saw like this really he saw like an anime girl with really big breasts. Like I don't know what anime she was from. She probably was from a hentai or something. I don't know, but he saw it, and his little brother saw it too, and he snitched on him, I believe. And so his mom and dad find out, and they were mad, and they took away his computer for, I want to say, for a whole month. I don't think he had a chance to tell me yet about this. Like I don't remember. Maybe he told me about this earlier, and I just don't remember. Like if he's watching this video, and we talk about it afterwards, I'm pretty sure he'll clarify. But yeah, so he got grounded, and I asked him the other day, you looked up anime, right? And he said, yeah, my computer got taken away. And I'm like, how? And he told me that he saw an anime girl with big breasts. Like, he didn't really went into details. These sirens, man. As I was saying, he didn't really go into detail about the big breast anime girl that he saw. I even tried to look it up myself before, like weeks before I even did this video, but I still couldn't find what anime girl he was talking about. And knowing Japan, that can literally be any anime girl. So I don't know what anime girl he was referring to with the big breast. So whoever he saw with those anime big breasts is anyone's guest. That rhymed. Anyway, Jesus, this is awkward. But yeah, so he's still mad about me about that. And like I said in this video, man, like I'm really, like, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, bro. I really am. Like I was 15 at the time. Like I'm we're in our 20s. We're in college now. So like listen, man. Like look. Like all I'm just saying is I'm sorry. I acknowledge these mistakes. The reason why I'm bringing up these mistakes, so it just shows how much I really already acknowledge them. So man, I'm just really glad I just switched up my attitude, because you know, me being an anime fan at that time, and look, like there's nothing wrong with being invested in a hobby, but just every once in a while find something new that's interesting aside from that, you know, because that like don't be like me, please. Do not be like me. Don't be that one kid who's getting into anime that randomly adding stuff in the list and just show it, because you don't know what kind of show that would be when you show that person, and before you know it, things go south real quick. So please don't do what I do. Like, please avoid everything that I did in this video to the younger people who's getting into this beautiful medium of what we call Japanese animation. So aside from what all, you know, whatever that was that happened to me at that time, or all the cringy, or all the pure cringe that was going on in my life at that time, I still love anime and manga. Like, and the thing is, I don't know why I enjoy it so much. Like I can't really come up with anything that hasn't already been said about this, other than the fact that it's just cool, it's just dope. Like I don't know how to put it in words. Like, something about the storytelling, the art style, how the characters look, like it just looks super unique and appealing. Like I can't really put it into words. Like I just can't. Like I just really love anime and manga. Like something about it just get me through like a rough day or hard time. And even though I haven't been watching that much as of lately because I've been real busy with my classes, I'm literally watching 2 shows right now. And plus there are many other things that I want to do, and hopefully I get the chance to share it on this channel one day. I know there are studios in Japan, or animation studios in Japan, that does like to copy off other people's ideas like pandering to a certain audience and you know, all that stuff. But if you look past those type of shows, there are so many unique concepts and ideas that you probably won't see in any other medium. Even if you're not all that into it like I am, there's bound to be like one or two or a couple shows that you might end up messing with. This medium to me is just so many things. It's epic, dramatic, over the top, weird, perverted, sometimes sentimental, and sometimes even real. This has been my video on my love for anime and manga. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I worked really hard on it. I tried to make it entertaining as I could and not make it so boring. So I hope you guys really enjoy this, because like I'm a little exhausted and this camera's bright too. But I'm pretty sure you guys not worried about that. But if you guys really did like what you see, like the video, subscribe to my channel for more notifications by hitting that bell button. And I think that's all I have to say. Oh, also one more thing. Make sure you guys leave in the comments of how you guys first got into anime and manga. So that's it. So hope you guys have a great and safe day. So this has been Izeni, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.